Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back from New York City. You're watching WCS America Challenger League Group Stage. Day number 3. We're trying to find out who's going to advance to Premier League Season 2. I'm Axel Toss, joined by Axel before we proceed into the last match of the evening. Of course, a shorter day because Idra forfeited. YouTube.com/official MLGSC2. If you missed anything on stream and you have an itch to watch some StarCraft 2, I have some good news for you. 1080p VODs are all available. YouTube.com/official MLGSC2. We have like 43,000 subscribers. Looking for more. I think our Call of Duty channel has like 100,000 subscribers.
At least.
So if we can try to... I'm not saying do it today. Rome wasn't built in a day, Nick. I don't know if you knew that. Just if you want to subscribe, you want to support MLG, and you want to discover some awesome YouTube content, head over to there, to the YouTube channel, and check out those VODs. A lot of good content there.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, Play the Days are some of my favorites because they're short.
You know, my favorite is it's called Rules Engagement.
Yes. You know, I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, I know. Don't you you host it? I think.
I do.
Yeah, you do. It's the analysis show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, that happens always after these broadcasts.
Yep,
but anyway, Group C. Huck, of course, took out Capoch 2-0. XY with the forfeit win there over Idra to get to the winners match. Huck, the 2 over XY. So, all Huck games, all wins for Huck so far today.
That's right. I mean, we're pretty much in a round-robin situation if you think about it at this point. Huck's played both players. He's beaten them both.
Yep.
And now it comes down to both the people who've lost to Huck. Whichever one of them beats the other one gets the number 2 spot. Whichever one loses gets the number 3 spot. Of course, number 2 spot is Premier League. Number 3 spot is Challenger League.
Of course, last match of the evening. It's going to be XY versus Capoch. I wonder if Capoch was watching a little bit of course, the XY versus Huck series to kind of plot, what he intends to do. Capoch is currently ready. The first map is going to be Star Station, waiting on confirmation from XY, and he says, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, Star Station, I think Capoch, we're going to see the Blink Soccer play. If a Protoss doesn't veto Star Station against Terran, they're usually going to do one-base Blink Soccer. It's a great map for one-base Blink Soccer. It's kind of a weaker map for anything past 2 bases in general. Just the draw play is very, very difficult to deal with on Star Station. And a lot of the engagements is difficult to use force fields as well. It's a pretty open map. And that also fits Capoch's style as well. I mean, we saw he loved using Blink Stalkers even against Huck and PvP, and PvT, they're viable as well.
All right, let's see what happens here. Star Station, of course, probably going to be a Reaper opening in Terran. Star Station is the Reaper map. Anyone will tell you that. They should call it Reaper Station. Probably not. Star Station's a good name. Bottom left-hand location, I present your red Protoss player. Hailing from Argentina. He needs to win here to get into Premier League. He is Capoch. There's first place, 2012 WCS Argentina. Patricio Del Olmo. Cool name. Isurus Gaming. His opponent, top right-hand location. Playing as a barcode, but I can assure you his name is XY. Of course, hailing from China. Wants to join Maxed there. Maxed was the first Chinese player to ever qualify for WCS America. It happened 2 days ago.
That's right.
If you missed his play, youtube.com/official MLGSC2.
And of course, next week, a couple more Chinese players. Jim will have a group, Top will have a group, and from Taiwan, Ian will get another group.
Lots of diversity. WCS America, really cool to see. Of course, plenty of your favorite North American players actually going to still be participating. Minigun still has to play. I know a lot of people wondering how he's going to do.
Drunken Boy.
Drunken Boy. I think Xenocider as well. Of course, recently joined Team Evil Geniuses. So a lot of people looking to see how he's going to do as well. So, and of course, again, this is going to be the last broadcast day of this week. So if you want to catch those matches, tune in next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to have matches every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/WCS America, MajorLeagueGaming.com. Again, miss any of it? YouTube. VODs are there, 1080p.
So, of course, there's a Reaper opening you talked about. What's interesting is he's actually SV scouting as well. And that's the SV scout. If you're going to go Reaper, the only thing you're looking for is if he might be going Proxy Stargate with the first SV. That's pretty much it. Because anything else, the Reaper will get there in time to scout out. But if you only see one pylon and you see a lot of chrono boosts and not many probes, instead of sending Reaper across the map, you send it around to find a proxy and try to be annoying in that case.
Seeing fairly standard openings from both of these two gentlemen.
Oh, but there's a pylon at the bottom right.
Oh.
All right, yeah, that has to be pylon. That's probably not supposed to be built. So, and he's building a fake third pylon in the main.
That's so smart.
That's super clever. I mean,
well, can we see the vision of XY here? Let's see if he sees it here.
I mean, he will probably with the
I mean, Capoch wants him to see it.
Oh yeah, he does. He wants Reaper to go behind him there line.
Oh, no, he's not.
Spot it. It was a cool move though. Oh, the Reaper actually, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do a lap. He's gonna see the third pylon.
Yeah, and yeah.
And now he's not gonna think there's any proxy. And I'm assuming there's gonna be a Stargate.
Well, you know.
Oh, actually.
Some people. So some people are gonna go on ladder, right? You know, in bronze or silver, gold, platinum. Most reviewers are probably around silver, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Viewers, I love you. You're all in Masters, and you're all brilliant at StarCraft 2. Keep it up. But a lot of people might go and be like, you know what? I'm going to fake my opponent. I'm going to put a pylon. I'm going to proxy pylon. I'm going to make a fake third. I'm going to make a fake pylon in my main. But this is the kind of strategy, the kind of move that only works when you're playing against really good people.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, this is like a GM only
level
play.
No offense to anyone out there, but if you're like going on the ladder and you're making your fake pylon, but your opponent is not reacting at all, you know, there's a reason for that. I'm not saying your opponent is bad or you're bad. It's just this is just very, very, very high level play. Exactly.
I mean, the amount of people who will notice 2 versus 3 pylons and adjust their builds is very few. So, you know, integrating that into your play is a cool move.
Yes.
But what's interesting is that he's not actually doing anything crazy with like, it's not like DTs or Stargate. He's just going for a Blink all-in.
Yeah.
Which is almost a situation where it doesn't matter if it's proxied or not. So it's kind of interesting. I guess if there's a scan there, it would just see 2 gateways. But as soon as he sees no expo, he's gonna know what the build is because
like it's like a cookie cutter thing. You get units out, right?
Yeah.
You get Widow Mines. You get a siege tank, maybe.
Yeah.
But Star Station, the main base is pretty spread out, right?
This SCV here is key.
Okay, let's see what you can find out here.
Oh, yeah, actually.
And there's nothing back to defend. He's going to see everything. Well, defend against the SCV. There's nothing back to... he's dangerously close to the Widow Mine.
It looks like it's in range, but a dotted line we can see there is just barely out of range.
Also important to note, you can blink away from Widow Mine shots. Oh, there's a time warp on the ramp. Trying to kill those Marines. Remember, Blink is about to finish. The SCV scouting. The SCV saw the lack of a natural.
So he knows it's a Blink all-in. You see 3 Stalkers like this, it has to be Blink all-in.
Siege tank on the way. Gotta keep those tanks
Great
alive.
defense. The bunker is placed so well, too. All XY has to do is not throw away too many Marines here.
Yep.
And I don't know if he should be chasing out to low ground, because if there's another 3 Stalkers warped in, all of a sudden those Marines will get picked apart. But if he just stays on the high ground, keeps his tanks positioned behind the bunkers, keeps his Marine count high, he's going to be in a very great position.
And is this transitionable here for Capoch?
I mean, he has to do some damage. And, you know, what's interesting is there's no... Okay, so now he's going back to reproduction. And the thing is, that this medevac counter from XY is a cool move, because it's going to put Capoch even more all-in. There's no way...
No detection either. Imagine if he gets a Widow Mine in the mineral line.
He has a... Okay.
Oh, he's a robot. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Observer's crossing the map. But, I mean, the Observer won't be home. And trying to warp in units at home and deal with that is a real pain. So once there's about 3 tanks, you just can't do anything anymore. And the second one is almost already out. So we only have about a minute to do some critical damage here.
All right. Let's see what he ends up doing here. Mothership, of course, sneaking around, trying to find out, all right, where is that Widow Mine? Observer is approaching, I think.
Yeah, he's just waiting for that to kill the Widow Mine. But all this time, I mean, the 3rd tank's on the way. Both the tanks are positioned so well, where both the bunkers can kind of cover the approach from either angle. Of course, the drop in the main is going on right now. Stalkers are warped in, and actually a great defense. Oh!
Oh!
As I said that, the Widow Mine decided he would just kill everyone.
I guess there should be an Observer back home.
Yeah, there is. So you got 4 probe kills, but overall, it's not a bad defense by Capoch. These tanks!
Every single shot is so important there from the tanks. Capoch has to be very careful.
I mean... Yeah, he can kill some of these peripheral buildings, but it's still 1 base versus 2. And there's 3 siege tanks. It's very difficult to beat.
See if we can find a window here.
If the barracks burns down, he can't build Marines anymore. But again!
Blink into the high ground. 3 tanks are going to take really good shots here. Targeting down one of the tanks. Going to try to target down the 2 others. SCV is going to have to be pulled here for Capoch. But he's getting every single tank. Was that worth it? Is that enough? Units lost?
I mean, he lost a lot of Stalkers there. It's hard to tell. I mean, I think he had to do it, so I think it was clearly worth it.
Yeah.
But in situations where it was like, it was worth it, but he's still in a bad spot.
I want to see the tanks spread out a little bit more.
Yeah, the tanks weren't quite ideally positioned.
Yeah.
Or even if it just where the Stalkers blinked, there's like one depot built there.
Or even if there's SCVs blocking them from getting to the tanks.
Yeah.
Well, then the friendly fire from the tanks kills the SCVs.
That's not a big deal.
Okay. Well,
SCVs are pretty tough.
SCVs have families, man.
Nah, no, they don't.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe they did, but
yeah.
You don't really care about tanks. Anyways, a second tank coming out now. A lot of the Stalkers are a bit bruised. That second tank is a bit exposed, and there's a lot of space below that tank where a lot of Stalkers could blink up potentially and get some nice shots off. So XY is going to have to be worried about that. He's also
bold orbital.
Yeah, he's got 2 grenade on orbital too. He's been trying to save up mules for when he takes his natural.
I'd like that.
Yeah, I know it's good. Although it would be nicer to balance them too.
Yeah.
Ideally, he'd have instead of having 100 energy on one orbital and 200 on the other, 150 on each, and then they could both accumulate energy. But I mean that's a small detail. And now he's moving a tank to the ledge. But one of the problems he has is he doesn't have very many Marines.
Yeah.
Which makes it very difficult to move out because the Marines are really a lot of your damage out there.
Capoch playing the contained game, getting a Nexus back home. Good shots from this tank though. One more shot's killing 3 Stalkers. 2 Stalkers dying right there.
Brutal.
1 Stalker's like 2 HP left.
Oh, another force field. All these. Okay, he can pick him up though. Or actually, he doesn't need to. His tank's on the high ground.
Yeah.
So if the Stalkers try to come in to shoot him, they're gonna get get blasted by tanks. And he's trying to slowly crawl down to the low ground, and a 4th tank is about to come out now.
Maybe pick that tank up, drop it on the low ground. Oh, he's going! There's the force field on the ramp.
Okay, you just gotta stay near the tanks. Make sure you...
Good shots to the Stalker. Stalker blinked to the left-hand side. But there's another tank there getting a great shot. Oh gosh, so many units dying here for Capoch.
Stalkers are being absolutely brutalized here. And wait, the Zealot Sentry Army could get stuck here.
He could pick up the SCVs and Marines here as well in the medevacs.
He could, and look, more warpings. Capoch is committing to this contain, but... Oh, man!
This is too much damage. Guardian Shield, but only a few units surviving here.
You know, those Zealots are very brave.
Yeah.
They charge towards the tank line, and I think 1 Zealot got 1 attack off.
Yeah.
You do not want to go up against that many siege tanks with Zealots without charge and without the proper support there.
I mean, if we're thinking of options for Capoch, it's very tricky. Like, there's no transitioning happening back home. It's not like there's any forges on the way. It's not there's like a transition into Dark Templar or High Templar tech. Stalkers blinking up to the high ground. 4 tanks saying, hello, nice to see you. And now only 1 Stalker remains among the initial however many.
This is not working. I mean, if you take a look at units lost, you can see exactly how cost-effective the tank SCV Marine combination is. 6,000 to 2,500. That's over twice as many units lost for Capoch. And I think he's got half the worker count or something ridiculous like that. 31 probes. I mean, he's got 2 bases, but it's really like 1 base.
Yeah.
1 1/4 bases, let's say. And now XY's moving across the map. I think he has stim as well. Yes, he does have stim pack done. He's got 5 siege tanks. It's this line of Terran army, and there's just 4 Stalkers that blink. Probes are being pulled.
Yeah. Stim with medevacs above. No upgrades on the Protoss. No charge. No Templar Storm. No Dark Templars. And there's the GG from Capoch. Capoch going for the risky, heavily invested 1 base play with the Blink Stalkers, and it showed signs of it might work, but
when he got the 3 tanks,
yeah,
it showed promise.
That was pretty good, but
he had to realize he wasn't going to win the game with it.
Sure. Expand right there and maybe try to transition. Get a forge down. I mean, you ordered the Twilights, maybe start a charge or something.
Yeah. There was no situation where he could transition to be even or ahead, but he could be behind. But you can still make a comeback if you rush out Storm.
Yes.
You can always get some massive side storms down, or you could try to rush out DTs and hope that works. And then of course get probe up the 2 bases, get maybe some charge as well to back it up. But here the positioning is so good by XY.
Yeah.
He's always using the SCV force to make sure the Stalkers can't blink into the tanks right there. And then the tank damage is so high, and there's a Zealous charging in so brave.
It's a situation where the SCVs are taunting the Protoss army, like, come get me, bro.
This is the best part right here, when the Zealous charge in again. There's like 8 Zealots coming in here.
Yeah.
And how many attacks get off?
And there's a force field that honestly might be hurting him.
Yeah.
Maybe half a swipe. Friendly fire from the siege tank, I guess, killing a Marine, but it happens. So XY taking the 1-0 advantage here. He's 1 win away from advancing to the Premier League. Capoch in a situation where he must win 2 in a row against XY. It's possible. Huck just did it. So we'll have to see if Capoch can do it too. Guys, stay tuned. More StarCraft 2 coming up.